Good morning, this is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. It's time for the Mayor's Report, and with me this morning is Sue Knight filling in for Mayor Beamish. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you in.
It's nice to be here.
Looking very festive downtown.
It is. I see that the wreaths are up, the flags are up, the little trees have lights. Everything's ready for that tree, and it's going to be arriving here soon. And if this takes long enough, I just might see it arrive.
Yeah.
That would be
well,
nice.
We're recording on Tuesday morning, so they're bringing the tree at 10 o'clock today.
About 10 o'clock, yes.
So by the weekend, it should be all up when this airs.
It will be up. It will should be decorated before the end of the week based on the schedule. Of course, we couldn't cut and bring the tree last week because of the high winds. It was just too dangerous, and we don't want to have an unsafe situation for our employees. And I'd like to at least, again, thank our partners, of course, the tree donor, then Piqua Steel, Piqua Crane and Rigging. That company has actually placed the Christmas tree in the square for, I believe, at least 50 years.
Wow.
And they're very excellent in getting the tree here and in great shape. And then, of course, our DP&L partners that help with the decorating and city crews. We have park department and street and
the electricians,
electrical department. Many of our employees are involved in the total preparation of the downtown and the city for the Christmas season to make it very festive for our citizens. It's a gift, and the gift of the tree from the citizen, the gift from our partners in helping us get it set and decorated.
Absolutely. Notice that the big wreath is up over the doors at the city building.
Mm-hmm, yes.
You're all decorated down there too.
We are decorated on the outside. We aren't looking too festive inside yet, but we will.
It'll get there once all the small things downtown are done. Then you'll decorate it.
Then we will. Yes.
All right. Well, you had council.
Yes, we did. We had city council last evening. We had first of all an introduction of our new Hobart Arena concession food and beverage manager, David Kirk. He's been on the job about a month now, and he was introduced by Recreation Director Ken Seiler, and he's already jumped in and had a couple of events to handle.
I know David Kirk personally, and what a fabulous chef that he is, and I think he'll be a great fit here with the city.
I think he will too. We're very happy to have him. We had our kind of a full schedule of legislation, so you want me just to kind of run through that?
Sure.
Okay. We had a total of 5 resolutions, all of which were adopted last night. I will mention that. The first is authorizing bidding water meters and asphalt materials for 2016. There are certain supplies that we need to bid at the end of the year to assure that we have a supply for next year, and asphalt materials and the water meters are those. And we were also, council was also authorizing the city to purchase fuel items on the open market as we need them during 2016. Fuel vendors will not give us firm prices. We know how gasoline is fluctuating right now. It's the same thing when we have to buy it in bulk. So this authorizes us to buy it as we need it, but we do get quotes before we make those purchases. There will also be a project next year for the Washington Road Water Line Extension Project, and that was about $760,000, and that was authorized. And then we will be submitting an application to MVRPC for funding assistance and a little bit over $105,000 for the State Route 41 traffic signal interconnect project, and this is kind of to finish the project that was started in 2015 that interconnects lights, the traffic signals from the area of Dorset to Meyer area, so that they help improve traffic flow as they're all interconnected. Okay. What this project is, and which won't happen until the funding's released into 2021, a while from now, would be to do the end pieces, the light right there at Dorset, the light at Maryville, and then also interconnect the traffic. When I say lights, I mean traffic signals.
Right.
There at the I-75 ramps. So this is like to do the bookends.
Okay.
And the little piece right in the middle to connect the whole project. And then the final project that was authorized by council last night is bidding for the traffic signal that will be installed at State Route 55 West and Fenner Road. This is approximately $275,000, of which ODOT will fund about $125,000. Now, you might see on our next agenda there will be a companion piece of legislation, because while we are authorized to start bidding, ODOT has a formal piece of legislation for the agreement that they will be submitting, and they had not finished their legal review of that. So meanwhile, the director may start the bidding process, but the agreement will be finalized. The ordinance to amend our income tax provisions, and that was adopted. And I've seen on the news where a number of communities are doing this because we all must. We must bring our income tax code in compliance with the most recent state legislature bill associated with income tax. So we have to be in compliance by January 1. Council enacted the legislation last night, so we will be in compliance.
Okay.
And the final piece of legislation, which was the one not enacted because there's a public hearing on December 7th, has to do with amending the general plan of Stonebridge Meadows, the planned development. And this is related to a change in Phase 4. This has been recommended by the Troy Planning Commission. It will have a public hearing on December 7th. After that hearing, a council committee will meet and provide a recommendation to council before it can be acted on. That took care of the legislative action. There was also a presentation last night by Catherine Hayes, the executive director of Troy Main Street, but she's going to be coming on the air after me, so she'll talk about that. She can do it far better than I can.
We'll get all that information from Catherine when she comes up.
Absolutely, you will.
Leaf collection is underway still in downtown Troy, or in the whole city of Troy.
In the whole city, and with the wind last week, there are a lot more leaves down. Yes, leaf collection is on schedule. We are in the second round. There is another round to be started yet.
So hopefully this weather kind of holds out the way it has, and the wind is good to clean them out of the trees.
Yes, clean them out of the trees. Although looking out your window, I see that there's still a lot of leaves on some of the trees downtown. They're pretty yellow right now. And
in the David Shoes quad, there's a lot of trees, or a lot of leaves still left in the trees over there too.
Absolutely, yes, and that's a busy quad right now with the work that is progressing.
And that on the 121 building looks so beautiful.
Yes, it does. Planning Commission considered last Wednesday some of the colors that will be for the trim, and the brick that people now see exposed, and
I hope it stays exposed. They put a lot of work into that.
Yes, they didn't. The owners, the architect, could not tell until they removed the paint the condition of the brick, and they basically presented to council that the condition is such that they will leave it as it is exposed. It won't be repainted. And
it looked like they only had to replace a few bricks here and there, and then they re-tuck pointed the building.
Yes, it's nice for construction to hold up below these many decades, and it's really quite attractive. And I don't think it's been a long time since people have seen the real color of that brick. I don't think I've ever seen that color, that natural shade. It's really nice.
Again, thank goodness our weather has held out, that they've been able to keep working on this project.
And that's very important that they can, because a part of the project is funded with CDBG funds. That's Community Development Block Grant monies, some of which have been allocated by the city. And those funds have to be expended before the end of the year. So that is the portion of the work that they are just now starting on, is that part of the project. So we're very pleased that they can keep going. And then of course the Community Connection Center and the Sadelman building, known as maybe David's Shoes.
That's how I always think of it, as David's Shoes.
Yes. It's very active right now with all the ABC, America's Best Communities competition information, and I think that's going to be part of the location for the Phoning Santa on the Grand Illumination night. So I think that's where it's going to be. So it's nice that people are going in there, and we encourage people to go in, look around. There's some really nice displays and a really great video about Troy. I mean, live in the community, you think you know everything about it and you just love it. See that video, it's really neat.
Now, you were talking about the Grand Illumination.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up on the 27th.
Yes, it is.
One of the new additions this year, we were talking about it just before the show, the Santa House.
Yes.
I can remember coming downtown Troy as a kid and going to the Santa House on Browdy Plaza.
Yes.
When it was downtown. And it's been a while since Santa's been downtown. It's great to have him back.
It's going to be really great to have him back. And, of course, I know Catherine from Troy Main Street can really speak much better to this than I can about the Home Builders Association that is providing another gift for the season to the community of the Santa House. And they're constructing it, I understand, in such a way, and I haven't seen it. I know you've seen pictures. I haven't even seen the pictures.
It's beautiful.
So Santa will be able to be in the Santa House for scheduled hours when he's not so busy at making all those toys. He'll be in the Santa House so children can visit him throughout the Christmas season. And Mrs. Claus will be there also. So the Claus family will be there to greet our Troy families and welcome the children.
All right. One other thing that I've noticed that some of the summer road projects are now winding up and have wound up. McCaig is just beautiful through there. What a nice stretch of roadway.
Yes, we've, excuse me, a little bit of something in my throat, but yes, most of the paving is done. I think all the paving is done, and the striping is pretty well done.
And they've got the street back open again as well. Eldine.
McCaig is open.
Yes.
The county bridge is open.
Yes. Well, that's what I was going to say. Then
right.
out on Eldine, that's open up again. So it's a lot easier to move around again.
It is. It did seem there like for a while. You couldn't hardly go a couple blocks without running into a project, right?
But yeah, like I say, as we're coming out of summer and into fall here, so many of those projects have been wrapped up.
Yes.
Well worth the wait because
yes.
it makes it so nice.
It does. And I mean, the nature of these projects is that they take a long time. And it's something that should last now for many decades and not have to be redone. And that's what we're hoping.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sue. Sue Knight for the Mayor's Report. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TC TV.